Of illegal immigration to the tune of millions a year and tens of millions in total inside the country already, and we're being lectured. It is a joke to get into America right now, and it's that easy at the southern border. And we just spoke to Stephen Miller about this yesterday, who is he is like a savant on border issues. He knows more than anyone else you can think of at the policy level. And we're talking about a wide open border. What could be a more egregious violation of U.S. sovereignty, short of a military invasion than that? But that is not as important as what is the status of the Donbass region. This is what the Donbass region, which I honestly would be very curious to see. Let's ask this question out loud. But Kamala Harris, if you gave a blank map of Europe with none of the country names listed, not even could she find the Donbass, do you think she could find Ukraine? Do you think Joe Biden could? I leave that to your discretion. Biden maybe, because that's where a lot of the family loot came from, right? But I think it's an open question. Could he find the Donbass region? Probably not. But I think it's interesting also that Kamala felt the need to do this preamble of, when you're really important, and you've met with really important people, and you understand all the important rules about the important stuff in the world. Like, okay, you're the vice president. You got to do better than just tell us you've sat in a lot of meetings. You got to explain to us the international rules-based order. Well, what is that? Well, what does that even really mean? It's like people that say, this is a violation of international law. Okay. Who's going to enforce it? Well, as we know, the Democrats believe we should. We're the ones that are supposed to. As long as there is no critical U.S. interest involved in a conflict, Democrats get excited about spending U.S. blood and treasure. In this case, so far, in Ukraine, just treasure, but give it time, we'll see. Anyway, I thought it was fun. And then there's also this from the... Oh, actually, you know what? I'll get to the Sonny Hostin clip, because first off, there's this guy who was on a Delta flight. And because I've often said this to people, what would it take for the people who are masking alone in cars, and they exist because I see them still, and there are a lot of people masking up in California, certainly in Los Angeles area, San Francisco. I saw it in LA recently. I'm going back to New York soon, spend some time in my hometown. I'm sure there are going to be a bunch of people there masked up too, including alone and outside. You ask yourself, what would it take for them to stop doing it? Like, what has to happen for them to finally say enough is enough? And you've seen there are some efforts now to normalize through science doing this forever. They're saying, oh, but maybe it also reduces like normal flu and cold or something. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's not, but they will. They'll try something really pathetic. This guy, Steve Kirsch, he is a tech super millionaire. The guy's worth $230 million. Said that he was sitting next to a woman in first class. I love this. But does anyone guess? What bet would you put that you know who this woman who was sitting in first class, who was masking up between bikes, what odds would you give that she's a Democrat? I mean, I think that you couldn't even... Nobody would take the other side of the bet. I don't think there are any odds you could give that she is, that you would actually get money to come in against you on this, right? 10 to 1, 100 to 1. She clearly is a Biden voter. And he started the bidding at $100 to get her to take off the mask. This guy's worth $230 million. So for him, $100K is couch cushion money. Doesn't matter. And he got all the way up to $100,000, and she still wouldn't take the mask off. Even though he was explaining to her, you realize that you're taking, and he tweeted about this too, you keep bringing the mask down to eat for, to drink, to eat, for 15 minutes at a time, 20 minutes at a time. What do you think well, the virus that you think is in the air, which by the way, on planes, you're safer from viruses than you are in almost any other congregate setting, thought you would say. But because of the HEPA filtration system, which even the airline CEOs have all testified, doesn't matter, Democrats don't care. But how are you protected if the mask up in between bikes? And this is why I always thought mask up between bikes was so important. That was always the airline policy. It was never, ever wear a mask the entire time you're on the plane. Even that wouldn't work, but wear the mask partially in between bites at different periods on the flight. If you believe that an aerosolized virus is something that you can't see, that it's just swirling around in the air, this was completely insane. She wouldn't take him up on the $100. Now, of course, what are the libs saying? Oh, they didn't think she'd actually pay. Well, you know, I'm sure the guy's probably got a couple of grand in cash on him. Probably could have said, well, I want you to pull out a Venmo at the end of this. I'll get a witness. I mean, if someone told me, first of all, never find a photo of me with a mask on anywhere you won't. Second of all, I'm not wearing a mask on a plane, obviously. But, I would say, if someone was going to pay me this kind of money, I would at least get a witness to it and say this was a verbal contract and try to hold them to it. But anyway, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I would let someone give me COVID for $100 grand. I've had it twice. $100 grand? Yeah. Have a sniffle for 3 days? I'm not worried about it. I would let it rip. But anyway, it's pretty amazing that this is where we are. Oh, but Sunny Hawson still won't go to a grocery store because of COVID. She's a millionaire from sitting on a TV set with people who are just constantly making the American people more ignorant with their commentary, and she won't go to a grocery. She has other people. She cares so much about COVID that she has other people who don't have millions of dollars go do her grocery shopping for her, because that's how you show how to stop the virus. Send the poor people in there to do it for you. That was the whole thing. Okay, we'll get into this. You've got to hear this. It's coming up here in just a second. Look, I'm going to the range on Sunday, and I've got some ammo for it, but man, ammo is expensive. So how are you going to keep your skills sharp so when you go to the gun range, you're getting the most out of every round you fire? Well, the Mantis X system. Mantis X is a firearms training system that has no ammo. It's an all-electronic way to improve your shooting accuracy. The Mantis X attaches to your weapon like a firearm. Your firearm like a weapon light, or your firearm like a weapon light. Same thing. It attaches to your phone via the Mantis X app, and then you connect with Bluetooth. Mantis X gives you data-driven, real-time feedback on your technique and guides you through drills and courses. 94% of shooters improve within 20 minutes of using the device. I've got mine at home. Once it's set up, it's really fun, and you're just getting better. Your trigger pull, you're working on your skill set, you're working on that eye-to-sight connection. This is military-grade technology at a price that's totally affordable for you. It's a must-have for every gun owner. You want to make sure that your skills stay sharp, and you want to make sure you're fully exercising your Second Amendment rights out there at the range. You want to be confident in your shooting ability. Start improving your shooting accuracy today. Get yours at mantisx.com. That's MANTISX.com.
Clay and Buck, 24/7. Subscribe today. First for breaking news, 24/7 on KFBK, Sacramento's news radio.
During times like these, it's completely normal to be worried about your investments and retirement. A leading cause for financial stress is not having a clear, written, understandable plan or financial roadmap. Clay and Buck here to tell you about a local resource, Peak Financial Freedom Group. For decades, Jim and Dan have taken a hands-on approach to help their clients understand their money, identify risks, and navigate retirement. Their recent book, Mama's Secret Recipe for Retirement Success, co-written with Jack Canfield, hit the Amazon bestsellers list. Peak Financial focuses on proactive planning done by fiduciaries. If you have $500,000 or more saved up for retirement, they're offering a free, no-obligation consultation. To take advantage of this free offer, simply dial pound 250, and when prompted, say the keyword money. Dial pound 250 and say the keyword money.
Investment advisory services are offered through Fiduciary Solutions, LLC, a California registered investment advisor. Insurance products and services are offered through PFFG Insurance Agency, LLC, California insurance license number 0N14013.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T level is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone level in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T level checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive
ever be done with. All right? That it's never going to happen. I thought this was hilarious. Sunny Hostin of The View claims that she hasn't been to a grocery store in 3 years. In 3 years, Lakewood 2.
Joey, you have never ordered from Instacart.
No. You like to go to a grocery? I do. I enjoy a supermarket.
I don't like the supermarket. I haven't been in a supermarket for like
COVID.
for about 3 years. That's when I discovered Instacart, and I give them a big tip because they don't always pay their people well, and it's so that's been an issue I think for the company. But man, you can get toiletries, you can get fire logs. You know those big bounty towels.
Yeah.
You don't want
I
carry.
ordered from Costco.
Somebody else knows.
That's such an
You can get everything from Costco.
I do.
Deliver it to your house.
Such a woman of the people. Sunny Hostin. Oh, yes, I send other people in. I'm scared of COVID, so I send other people in to go do my grocery shopping for me. And have for 3 years. Okay, I wonder, but she doesn't send other people in if she has like a cocktail party on the Upper West Side in New York with, in a duplex overlooking Central Park. Maybe, who knows, a $6 or $8 million apartment or something like that with ABC News producers. She doesn't send somebody else. There she'll do the congregate setting thing, right? But grocery stores, no, send somebody else in. The laptop Zoom from home class during all of COVID was so lacking in self-awareness. It was one of the great early indicators of what was really going on. They're like, oh, I can't go to the grocery store and I can't do all this stuff because of COVID, so I'm just going to pay somebody else in my place to go do it. Because that'll work. It's their problem. Okay. Oh, what a great job they did in trying to deal with the realities of COVID. I just think it's pretty remarkable. Let's see here. We have Neil in Florida has some thoughts on Ukraine and all the rest of it. What's going on, Neil? Neil, going wine. Yes, sir.
Snail.
Nail?
Hello.
Okay, buddy. I can't hear you, and we're on radio. Let's go to David from Minneapolis. David, you got some thoughts on Ukraine?
Yeah, look, throughout my life, I've learned that if something nefarious is going on, all the money you usually find your answer. For over a year now, we've watched our assistance to Ukraine be slow walked. And then remember in the beginning, the Biden administration was, oh yeah, rah, rah, Ukraine, rah for Ukraine. So if you want a conflict to end quickly, why not give everything that they need up front at once? Instead, it's been, oh, that's too provocative. Okay, here you go. Oh, that's too, up to now they have tanks. So why would you slow walk a conflict? Why would you want it to last any longer than it has to? And my answer is, look, billions of dollars have gone over there unaccounted for. Now I'm seeing faces like Hillary Clinton show up over there. I'm seeing the former troglodytes of the Obama administration show up over there. I think this is a huge money laundering scheme. They've got a bunch of look how corrupt Ukraine was with the Biden family, just them by themselves. I mean, that's what I think.
Look, I'll say this, because there isn't really accountability for the money, obviously, and Ukraine has been essentially the most corrupt country in Western Europe, or in Europe, not Western Europe, in Europe for a long time. Many people recall there was a training program the Pentagon was running for the Free Syrian Army. This is a Pentagon program reported on in the New York Times and in the Wall Street Journal. I think both of them were on this. This was years ago. This was when, this was earlier stages, before Trump came in, and this was the Obama administration trying to find a way to help in Syria, but not really, not go too far. Anyway, they spent, you can check me on this one, something like $500 million on a training program for the Free Syrian Army in Syria. And they ended up fielding, and I'm serious about this, one actual combat soldier in Syria. And you say, well, how is that possible? I mean, $500 million? Look, I mean, great training costs millions of dollars to train one of our SEALs, for example, but, it doesn't cost $500 million. It costs probably, I don't know, 3 or 4, I don't know, I'd have to guess. But, you're not training one person, but it's because the money went to this guy and that guy, and then all kinds of, all kinds of places where we have no accountability, no trackability, no nothing. And so never, ever underestimate the federal government's ability under the guise of national security urgency to waste unbelievable amounts of money. I mean, to make it seem like there's a Joker in, the Batman movie with Heath Ledger when he's just lighting a giant, massive pile of money on fire. That's the Pentagon when it decides, we have an urgent need to, do this or that. So I think it's important that we all understand that of the $100 billion going to Ukraine, who knows what's actually going to the war effort versus what's going to different oligarchs, and the answer is we'll probably never know. I am going to be coming back here in a second with, speaking of money, $5 million per black resident of San Francisco, according to the Reparations committee there and now the city council. $5 million a person for reparations in San Francisco? We're going to talk about this in just a sec.
Play Travis and Buck Texas on the front line of truth.
If you own a small business, you know the value of time. GetRefunds.com does too. That's why they've made it easy, no matter how busy you are, to apply for the Employee Retention Credit, or ERC. Go to GetRefunds.com to get started, and in less than 8 minutes, see if your business qualifies for ERC assistance. Your business may be eligible for a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee kept on payroll during COVID-19. GetRefunds.com has already helped clients claim over $3 billion in payroll tax refunds through the ERC, and they may be able to help your business too. There's no upfront charge either. They don't get paid until your business gets its refund. Many businesses believe they won't qualify based off of incomplete or outdated information. Don't let this opportunity pass you by, because this payroll tax refund is only available for a limited time. Go to GetRefunds.com. That's GetRefunds.com.
It's Jesse Kelly. When the U.S. starts telling another country to end the war now, it's time to take a hard look at your own protection plan. If you've been on the fence about buying gold and silver, now's the time to make the call. Gold and silver can be a protection for your portfolio, but can also be used as currency, and I think we may need both soon. Why not have a little gold and silver on hand just in case, and a shield for your portfolio? Now is the time to call Oxford Gold Group and just hear what they have to say. The phone call is free. Securing your IRA or 401k with real gold and silver is a portfolio protection plan, and Oxford Gold has made it easy as 1, 2, 3. One app, one call, and you pick the precious metal. That's it. You